to Beyond Markets. I'm joined now at the desk by my colleague from our Lagos Bureau, Onye Sunday. Onye, welcome to South Africa. How's your time been so far?
Lovely. It's a beautiful country. I'm happy to be here.
It's a pleasure having you here, but I understand that you're going to take us through the Nigerian crisis.
Of course, we're going to be taking a look at security in Nigeria, where over 40 students were killed on Sunday following attacks by insurgents thought to be members of rebel sect Boko Haram at the College of Agriculture in Yobe State, Nigeria's northeastern region. Now, investigations revealed the students were killed at midnight while most of them were asleep. Well, as Nigeria prepares to mark 53 years of independence tomorrow, we'll take a look at insecurity in the country and what's being done to tackle it. Well, security expert and the president of the Society of Security Practitioners of Nigeria, Davidson Ahimian, is joining us from our Lagos studio. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Davidson. Now, the recent attack in Yobe State again, raises questions about the effectiveness of governance and security agencies in the country. Now, besides the declaration of a state of emergency in 3 states in the north, what else do you think the government is doing or can do to curb insecurity in Nigeria?
Yeah, thank you very much, Onye. The action of the government by declaring that state of emergency in those 3 states has actually helped to foil a lot of attempts by the Boko Haram sect to cause havoc and mayhem in our country. And the armed forces, the combined operations of the armed forces has helped to push the insurgents far out of the shores of our land. But a lot needs to be done because reconnaissance activities need to be improved. We need to have more aerial surveillance of insurgent strongholds, as well as to be able to totally eliminate any further attempts by the insurgents to carry out sporadic attacks against our peoples. It is expected that with the military operations, there will be reprisal attacks, and that's what you're experiencing, and that's what we saw yesterday and in the last few days in Borno and Yobe states. But that notwithstanding, the government has done a lot and continues to do what is expected of them. The military forces are on top of the game.
All right. Well, now let's take a look at the strategy adopted by Nigerian security operatives to tackle this insurgency in the north. You have that if there's any strategy in the first place, or you have Boko Haram, sect talking about that they will continue to attack educational institutions as long as the Nigerian military continues to attack Islamic schools. Now, what's your take on this issue?
If you look at the reasons that they advance for carrying out their attacks, they are frivolous and they don't hold any water. You cannot say you want to abandon your educational system because of a bunch of misguided elements by going by the name of terrorists, Boko Haram insurgents. So what the military is actually doing now is to try to see how they can completely eradicate the presence of Boko Haram elements on our shores. You see, the educational system in the north has been affected seriously as a result of the fear instilled by the Boko Haram elements on not only the students but also management of schools. So we, as a government, what the government has done now is to ensure that the schools, educational institutions are listed amongst national critical infrastructure. So the deployment of security forces to schools is now taking the front burner in the government strategy.
Well, you mentioned that, but how serious are they? We all understand that Boko Haram is against Western education across Nigeria, and we've had several attacks, in these secondary schools or even tertiary institutions. In July, the governor of Yobe State did mention a closure, he ordered the closure of secondary schools in the state till September. But the attack we saw on Sunday was, on a tertiary institution, the College of Agriculture. Do you really think educational institutions are well protected, especially in the north?
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you, that it is a new strategy adopted by government. Before now, educational institutions were not closely guarded as as critical national infrastructure. But because of the threat of Boko Haram against institutions lately, they have been added to the list, and deployment of troops, both military and police troops, is being done now by the federal government to institutions of higher learning in those affected areas.
All right, well, just before you go now, Nigeria will be celebrating 53 years of independence tomorrow. Now, you will recall the 2010 Independence Day bombing, at the Eagle Square in Abuja, which led to, a cancellation of a march past the next year, and also low-key celebration, the year after. Now, do you foresee a low-key celebration in Abuja tomorrow owing to security concerns?
Well, security concerns will not be a border because our security agencies in the past were taken off guard. But with the incidents of cases of insecurity that we have experienced in the last 3 years, I think our security agencies are on top of the game now, and we're very well prepared, and we will repel any attack. But more importantly, we have a strategy, and that strategy has been in the area of preventative security. So we have tried as much as possible in the light of the independence ceremony that will be taking place tomorrow to ensure that all event venues are well protected. Government security agencies are seen all around these very critical venues, carrying out surveillance and patrols, and we are very sure, and we assure the people that we will have an event, a hitch-free event to come tomorrow. All right, well